Hello, everyone. It's my pleasure, my extreme pleasure, to talk to this guy, number 22, Ed Laura. How you doing, sir?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. All right, look, I don't even want to discuss me at all. Tell the people who Ed Laura is.
Appreciate you, James. Thank you so much. So I'm a basketball player, full time streamer as well. But what I do is pretty much hoop. I don't know what else. A big man of God. Thank God He gives me the ability to hoop. I've been hooping since middle school. I started a little later than everybody else, but I grinded my way through high school. Won two state championships. Grinded my way into college. Even being told from my coaches I'll never play college and prove them wrong. That's a whole different story. But yeah, I was able to play 2 years of college and then dropped out so I could go play in the G League. Got hurt and then just been on a recovery mission ever since. Played overseas last year, and now I'm looking to build up my resume, get some uh other passports because my mom is Cuban and my dad is Honduran. So those will help me with my journey overseas as well. So pretty much while I'm locking in to get those, I have the opportunity now to play here with you. So that's where we're at now.
Oh, man, that's a blessing. Let me tell the people, man. Ed got in contact with me, and I was like, okay, he lives in Charlotte. This probably won't work out. Him and his beautiful wife Jessica drove down here, and we had a great conversation. And after the conversation, I said, let me kind of see what Ed's about. So, unknowing to him, I went into all the social media stuff, and all I've seen this guy do is work. I'm talking about every day he's in somebody's gym, somebody's weight room, somebody's something. And then there's times I like, Ed, yo, man, stay home and get some rest. Very impressive resume, sir, but it was kind of too vague. Let's talk about growing up in Miami, man. That's where you from.
Yeah.
I think you told me you played high school basketball and won two state titles. Is that true?
Yeah. So my in the high school that I went to, freshman year, I was on JV. I was on JV my freshman year. We went 21-0. Some of us got bumped up to varsity. It's funny how you say that about the working out because that's all I've ever known, and I'll tell you why. Because my freshman year, right? I had only been playing ball for like 2 years at this point. I really didn't. I just knew how to jump, grab some rebounds because I was a little taller than the average freshman, and then leak it out to my guards, and then run down, and if they miss, get the layup, put it back in. That's originally what my middle school coach taught me because I was a big middle school kid. So he was like, "Yo, come down here, rebound for me," and I was like, "What's a rebound?" And then so yeah, I used to be a little skateboard kid. But anyway, so actually, my freshman year, I didn't make the JV team at first. I made the first cut, second cut 2 days after that. The coach told me like, you're cut, and I was like, "Dang, all right, cool, I'm ready for next year." What I would do is I would be outside in that beautiful Miami sun, and I would be on the outside courts running my suicides, running my sideline to sidelines, working on my layup package, doing different things. And he saw that he would come and watch me for like 20 minutes every single day for about a week. He goes,
Mm,
"Why are you out here?" And I was like, "I'm getting ready for next year." He goes, "But the tryouts just ended. Like you're not. We told you you're not on the team." I'm like, "Yeah, I know, but I'm gonna be next year." And then he goes, "All right, well, we have practice at 4:30, so get ready." And that's how I made that team. Then,
oh,
yeah, that was JV. So then whatever, we went 21-0, right? I ended up being a starter. I was averaging a double double. I've always averaged a double double anywhere I played my whole career. It wasn't a crazy double double. It was literally like maybe 10 points, 10 rebounds. Like it was like boom boom, like right there. Obviously the better I got, I started scoring more, I started extending my range more, to the beautiful half court shots that you love to see. But But there's then my freshman year. So freshman year ended. JV season ended. JV year season ended. Like I told you, some of us got bumped up, some of us didn't. I was part of the didn't. Right. I was expected to
Mm.
come back sophomore year, play JV again, work my way up. And one day the varsity coach, he was so the basketball locker room was right next to the weight room. And I was in the weight room, right? I think I was doing deadlifts or something. But it was something I was making, like I was slamming the weights on the floor. So it was either like press cleans or deadlifts. And he comes in here. Well, he goes in there because he was a little upset. He was annoyed because he was like, "Yo, there's nobody supposed to be in the weight room." So he goes in there. He goes, "Yo, what are you doing?" And I was like, "Working out legs." He goes, "Season just ended." This was so it was literally like the game ended yesterday. That was our last game. And the very next day I was in the weight room doing legs. He goes, "Season just ended for you guys." And I was like, "Yeah, I know." He goes, "Why are you working out?" And I was like, I don't know, I'm just working out. Like this is what I do. And then he goes, "Okay, well we have film at 3:30, so make sure you're in the room." And that's how I made varsity.
That's impressive. That's impressive. So I guess coaches seeing your work ethic open doors for you.
Right. Oh, it's always been like that because he was the PE coach as well, and he would see. So I don't condone this, but we were a really good basketball school, and I would we would skip classes to go work out. All right, I don't condone this, but
Wow.
I did it because I knew this was my future. I wasn't gonna be a doctor. I wasn't gonna be a nothing else. I tried going to be the dentist route. That's why I ended up dropping out of college because I couldn't pass chemistry, and they were about to take away my scholarship and stuff. Um, we had our grades given to us in high school, so I never really learned how to what's it called, how to study and stuff like that. So, it was kind of like it was bittersweet. In the moment, you're like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah. So if I drop 20 and we win the game, I don't got to worry about my midterm, that kind of thing. So
Ed, you ain't supposed to say all that, bro. Ed, stop.
this was
Ed,
10 years
stop.
ago, man. This was 10 years ago. So I think we're gonna be all right. They can't do nothing to me now. But
All
yeah,
right,
so
perfect.
yeah, but that's pretty much where how I've learned like hard work pays off for real.
All right, now the transition, I guess, from high school. You said you played some college ball, right?
Yeah.
All right, tell the kids who sees this, how hard is the transition from high school to college? What's the biggest difference going from high school to college?
Size and speed. Size and speed for
Mm,
sure. You gotta
mm,
be so luckily my coaches, they were breeding us for college. We wasn't just in high school just trying to be the best high school team. We were in high
mm.
school and he was like, we have UConn, we have UCLA, we have UM, we have FIU coming into our gyms watching us practice.
Wow. Okay.
So he was like, this is what you're training for. You're not training to you should beat everybody by 40 points. And we did. He was like, you guys are we were a bunch of division 1 athletes playing ball at the high school level because by junior year we were already stocky. We were jumping out the gym. We were able to shoot the three. We were flying by everybody. So my senior year, so remember how I told you he was a PE teacher?
Yeah.
He ended up getting in some trouble and he couldn't coach at that school no more. So he ended up going to a different school, a Christian. It was a Christian private school, and
Okay.
he actually recruited me to be the team captain over there, right?
You
Because he
left?
always saw I was in the gym. I'm sorry.
You left? You went?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I went. Of course, I went. Yeah,
Okay.
this
Okay.
guy. Yeah, that guy, that coach. I was really loyal to that coach because he
Okay.
was a great guy. He was crazy, but he was great. Um, so he recruited me to go over there. We we were we were one of the best in the state. That team.
Mm,
We won.
mm.
We won our first game, for example. We won 102 to 28.
Wow.
Yeah, like
Was your
we were
team
them.
was your team was your team that stacked, or was the competition that bad?
No, we were stacked. We were stacked.
Wow.
Like we,
Wow.
I mean, everybody that goes to states ain't gonna be bad. And we went all the way. No game we won was underneath probably 20 points.
Mm.
But
Okay.
we only had 7 guys, and all 7 guys had Division 1 offers.
Wait a minute. You only had 7 guys on the roster?
Yeah,
That's what's up, man. Oh, that's very impressive, man. And I'm not a big believer in a bunch of numbers either. No offense. I feel like 8 is about all you need. To for everybody to get playing time and get film and the whole 9 yards. Man, that's great. That's great information, Ed. So the leaving Miami, how tough was that for you?
it was tough because I'm the oldest of 4, and with my siblings being much younger than I, that's what yeah, that's what as the older brother, that's what really hurt.
Got you.
I remember I was driving from Miami to Tampa because that's where I went for my first year of college.
Mm,
I damn near cried the whole way. It was I was just like it was like
mm,
slowly ripping a band-aid off a scab because that's all I've ever known.
mm,
I've always
mm,
playing video games with them, just growing up with them, cooking for them, doing everything I
mm,
had to do for them, and
mm.
then yeah, and then having to leave that, it was just yeah, it hurt a lot.
Oh, that's what's up, man. Okay, now Ed. Now, all right, now here we are, opening day tomorrow, against the Fayetteville team. Um, what is your goals for obtaining tomorrow's game? At the end of the game, you want to say you did what?
Played my hardest. That's really
Okay,
all we can do. Do our best,
okay.
play our hardest. Um, not every night you're gonna have your best shooting night. Not every night you're gonna have the best legs. Not every night you're gonna make all the right decisions. But one thing you can't do every night is hustle, go for the 50-50 balls, play
Mm,
strong defense. Um, and when I feel like when it comes to a certain caliber, get to your spots and get your shots.
mm. I'm
Not
glad you.
everybody's
Go ahead.
not everybody's supposed to score. Not everybody's supposed to shoot. Not everybody's supposed to dribble. You have your catch and shoots. You have your people who bring the ball up. You have your people who are supposed to score. Um, Now, I feel like at a certain level, which is probably college and above, when you get open shots, you're supposed to shoot them. You're supposed to make them, but you can't make
Mm,
everything. So definitely just making up for it. If you turn it over, you should be the first one back on defense. If
mm,
you miss a shot, you should either be going running in to try to get your board because you shot it. You should know where this short, long, left, right, wherever it's going. You have the best opportunity to try to get your own rebound. Um, so I feel like those that shoot the ball, they run in, and even if you don't get it, then you should be right in front of the person who did get it to start stopping the ball at that point. And that's something I
perfect.
learned last year and went overseas because overseas it's full court press right off the jump. From you could be up 30, down 30 with a minute left in the game. You're getting full court press. They play
Oh,
hard 110% till the last buzzer. And that's for real. Like there's none of
you got.
that, oh, let me hold the ball for the last 15 seconds. Nah. You get a wide open three, they shooting that. They get a dunk, they're dunking it. Like they're going nonstop.
Okay, you kind of went a little fast for me. I want you to touch on overseas basketball. A lot of guys on this level and then even different levels have this dream about going overseas playing basketball. What is that like, Ed? Tell us, give us some good and some bad when you go overseas.
The good part is you're playing ball, you're having fun, you're doing your dream. The bad part is if you didn't go to Duke or you're not from the NBA, you're not gonna be making very much money the first 2, 3 years until you prove yourself. It's not what people think, and it's not easier than here. There's just more opportunity over there. Over here, it's NBA, G League. That's pretty much it for the pros. Over there, you have FIBA has 8 divisions. Divisions 6, 7, 8 are all That's the lower. That's like those are clubs from
Mm.
universities. You know, those kind of things. Um, 4, 5. No, my fault. I meant 5 through 8, and then one is Euro League. Obviously, that's like the high end NBA level caliber for them over there. 2, 3, and 4. Those leagues are always in competition to try to move up and down in the bracket. So
Mm.
if they win their division, they move up. And then if you did that bad in your division, you go down. So you'll be Division 3 one year. If you're doing good, you'll be Division 2 the next year. If you're Division 3 one this year, and then you do bad, you're gonna be down to Division 4. But anyways, with all those, you get paid, you get housing, you get food. They pay your taxes, they pay for your travel and things like that. But
Mm.
there's only two. So this is what I was saying in the earlier about my passports. There's only two import players allowed, two Americans.
Mm.
Mostly it's Americans, you know. But if you're in Spain, for example, because that's where I played last year, if you're in Spain and you're Chinese, you're an import if they you know.
Mm. Yeah.
But you could be, I think, African, all of Europe. If you're originally from there, then you're not considered an import player. For me, if I want to go back to
Mm-hmm.
Spain again, my mom is Cuban. If I could get a Cuban passport, I can bypass it, and I won't be looked at as an import player. I'll be looked at as a constitutional player or something like that. I don't know what it's called, but yeah,
Mm.
I'll be a player where like it's a loophole, and then they'll be able to have
Okay.
3 Americans on their team. So and then
Okay.
you'll be more valuable that way.
How many games do you play during the course of a season?
Over there, so you know what, over there, yeah, I think I love overseas ball because you know how much I like to work out and I like to practice.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so over there, you work out and practice every single day. You have your morning workout or night workout, like basketball workout, and then you have a weight room opposite. So and they give you a
Mm.
three like
Mm.
3 to 4 hour interval in between. So basketball practice at 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. and then at 2 p.m. you got to come back in for weight room. You know, and then that's Monday through Friday. Saturday or Sunday or Saturday and Sunday, you have a game. That's it. You play one game every week. Sometimes 2 games. It depends. If you play Saturday and Sunday, you don't play the next weekend.
Mm.
Like they're
Mm.
very, and something I learned about how they grow up too. You know, here we have AAU and everybody just plays 20 games in one weekend. Over there, they don't even have like well, maybe they do have like a AAU thing, but it's not like here. They don't even start playing until they're about like 15, 16, like officially. They practice, practice, practice for all them years growing up so that they can make a team so that they can start playing on those clubs and stuff because there's not like the Europe basketball. Like I told you, you got to be in great shape because from the moment someone shoots the ball, find your man. Whoever you're boxing out or whoever's boxing out you, you're picking up at that spot. You're
Mm.
boom, instant full court press.
Mm. You
Like
know
it's
what? It's funny. It's funny you say that. This past year, our girls went to Run for the Roses in AAU, and
mhm,
we played an international team. Like we had beat all the American teams, which was pretty cool, right? And we played an international team for the first time, and those girls beat us, right? And I had to ask coach. I said, Coach, how do you get that? Like that team was fundamentally sound. They made the open shots. They didn't complain, whine, or do anything about fouls. They played basketball fundamentally sound and played very, very, very hard. I said, Coach, how do you get that? He said, you know what? The problem with American basketball is, he said, you guys play about 6 games a weekend. He said, we'll practice 6 days before we play one
yeah,
game. He said, we don't worry
exactly.
about playing the games. He said, we worry about practice. And then we'll practice and play one game a month if we have to. But we put more emphasis on practice, and you guys put more emphasis on playing games. And it's funny you
Yep.
said that, man, because they beat us, and it was very fundamentally sound, and they knew where to be, how to be in the whole 9 yards. And that made a difference, man. So fundamentals are very important.
And
Very important.
they're very they're very fundamentally sound because they have to earn it. Like I told
Mm.
you, they don't. I don't. I believe they don't have AAU like how we have it. You know, how you have an AAU team and I have an AAU team, and my son doesn't make your AAU
Mhm.
team, so I could just put money in and make my own AAU team, right? So it's not you're not really
Yes,
earning
yes,
nothing over there.
yes.
You got to earn until when you're 15, 16. You're like look at Luca. Luca was going crazy because he was 16 years old playing in the Euro League. Like, yo, what was that? But he was balling. So it was like. Yeah, because not many people get that kind of opportunity because you just practice until that you're that age before you're put on a
Got you.
team.
Got you. All right, man. With all of your success in high school and going to college and going overseas and actually playing basketball overseas, do you do any training? Do you offer any help, any training to kids who want to aspire to do what you're doing? Even any
Yeah.
any adults, any adults? Do you, if there are adults out here that's trying to get to where you've been, that want to go overseas, that want to learn, that want to know what needs to be done, what steps to take? Do you offer training and advice?
Yeah, of course. So that's actually my business model is dropping buckets. Um, I've been doing this since 2022, 2021. It was when I was living in New York, my second year of college. When I had dropped out, I went to the G League and everything. I was practicing, then I ended up getting hurt, and then I started when I was living out there. I started dropping buckets. That's the originally it started with kids. I worked my way up to it grew very quickly, very rapidly. Because a lot of people knew, oh, this guy knows what he's doing. My kids are getting better. My kids are having
Mm,
fun. My kids are learning a lot.
mm,
And I went into this little city, and then they were, how I told you about the whole AU thing, where you and me and another dad all just open up AU teams, and I felt like it was just money laundering because they were just all playing against each other. I was like, there's no scouts in the me growing up. I played
mm,
at the City of Palms Classic, which is is a very pristine tournament. I played in Chicago. I played in all these different AAU
mm,
things where
mm,
I look to my right and I'll see a duck hat, or I look to my left, I'll see the U on someone's
mm,
shirt. Like
mm.
I was like, that is the AAU experience. There's no
Yes.
college coaches out here. What's going on? It's
Mm,
just a bunch of
mm,
parents, you know, that you're playing your neighbor that you played 17 times already in the past month, you know? So I was like, they're just paying for an open gym with uniform. So
mm.
I went over there, and I started messing up the whole basketball system they had going on. A lot of the parents, they started loving me. They started, and I started getting a lot of trainings and um, what do you call it? So and I ended up helping a lot of kids who because they were not that area was not successful at getting like there was 3 or 4 universities that were
Mm,
I was just all around there, right? Small schools. They were D3 little schools, but still they're college nonetheless. And I will go to a few of these AU things. I'm like, why are those 4 schools that are right down the street not here right now? You know?
mm,
But
mm,
so yeah, so I started my own AU team. I had a girls team. We went down to Philadelphia. We actually traveled. We did some good things. Um I helped 3 girls get into college. I helped like 6 boys get into college as well. Training them since they were freshmen, sophomores, all the way up through their high school.
mm,
It was so much fun. They'll send me their film, like, "Hey, how did I do this game?" And I'll watch them online. The whole COVID thing was happening at the same time, so everything started being live streamed. So I would sit home and I would watch these games live, and then I'll work on their workout plan based on the kind of shots that their coaches are giving them in game, how to where to be on a fast break, how to space the floor out
mm,
better, how to things like that. And I obviously will work on the fundamentals. I'm a very fundamental trainer. I work on the things that most people will overlook, like
Mm,
footwork, and like you got to step left right or you got to step right left, and you have to pivot on this foot instead of that foot.
mm.
A lot of people don't know when you hop step. Like it's such a simple rule. You hop step, jump off both, you land on both. You haven't established a pivot foot yet. You could choose which one you want and where to go. A lot of these things people don't really know or learn, and it's things like that. I feel like what separates a good player from a great player is simply footwork.
Mm. Man, you dropping jewels, man. So did I hear? Am I hearing you correctly that okay, first goal is to have a great season and go overseas. That's what you want to do. But are you open to doing AAU again for boys and or girls?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I don't see why I wouldn't be able to do both. Both seasons are AAU season in America is a completely different time frame than overseas. So yeah, I'm always open. I was actually thinking about possibly starting something soon, but like I said earlier, I'm a really big man of faith. I'm a really big man of God. So I feel like He's telling me to hold on that right now. But I know for sure that that's in my future. I saw so much success with it a few years ago. And then I feel like right now I was able to get my health and my legs and my knees and everything right again. And it's time for me to push. I'm still a player. It's not hard to coach while you're still a player, but while you're still a player, you still want to play.
Got you, brother. Got you. Got you.
And I'm
So
that
let me
I'm the
ask you
kind of
this.
person. Uh huh.
Let me ask you this. So, right quick, because I don't want to keep you too long. Again, this is Ed Lara, 96ers, first year player. Open up tomorrow in Fayetteville. Um, so, if I'm hearing you correctly, so if there's young men out here like right now, and hearing you said, oh, you went overseas and giving you the experience, how can people contact you to see when and if you're going to do something as far as training, teachings, AAU? How can folks contact you?
I mean, anywhere, Facebook, I have my messages open. Instagram, I have my messages open.
Give
Um,
us the
you know,
link. Give us the links. Give them the links.
it's it's dropping buckets all together. Dropping buckets, no space, no G. It's DROPPIN buckets with a Z. BUCKETZ. Dropping buckets. That's what I teach you. I teach you how to drop some buckets. That's something I've always learned growing up.
That's perfect, man. Because one thing that I'm kind of seeing here in South Carolina, in my opinion, is that we're not as fundamentally sound as we need to be. The younger kids, and I think fundamentals should be taught early. And you shouldn't be having to teach fundamentals once the kid get in high school. They should already know that. So
Yeah,
hopefully you can get something going, especially in this area. Again, it's dropping buckets. You said one word. Is it 22 or just dropping buckets?
just dropping buckets.
All right. And that's how to contact you as far as information, as far as trainings, and as far as when if you're going to do your AAU program, correct?
Yep, it's on all my pages. I have all my links. So if you ever stumble across my page, you'll see a link there. You click that. You have TikTok, Instagram, my email, Facebook, all right there.
Perfect, man. Of course, I messed it up. I got getting buckets. I don't know why I keep that in my head, but it's dropping buckets on the stroll going across the screen. I don't know why I put that down there, but I know it's dropping buckets. I know, man. I appreciate you, Ed, man. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Get some rest. Be ready to go tomorrow. Tomorrow, it's real tomorrow. We go live. The lights come on. Looking forward to having a good game from you, and looking forward to seeing you, man. Anything you want to
Yes,
tell
sir.
anybody before we leave?
Just stay humble, stay safe. God bless you guys. Let's see what
One
the
more
season holds.
time. One more time. Give me your links again. Give me your link again.
Oh, dropping buckets, one word, DROPPIN BUCKETZ. Dropping buckets.
Thank you, brother. I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Take care.
All right.